right, let's just get on to it. Mr. Makwana, how are you doing?
Hi, Zandile. I'm doing so well. And how are you?
I have a headache, but it is well. Sean is here with me.
It is well.
I think you are healed already.
No, I think I'm healed too.
Yeah.
All right,
Hi,
let's
Tato.
just... Hi, Sean. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I have a headache, Sean. Let's just continue. Let's continue with the feature itself. Mr. Makwana, today what are we talking about?
Today, and good morning to our listeners. Today we are talking about developing relentless courage to take action. Developing relentless courage to take action. We are living in a community where most people, they wish things could happen to them, but they are not willing to make things happen. They are waiting for external things to happen. And that's why today I'm choosing that we can have a conversation around that. How can we develop the relentless courage, to take action?
Aha. All right. Let's just go on to the quote of the day today. It is hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard.
Yes. We have an environment where people think because they have such kind of talents and abilities, they are going to be able to easily outbeat other people in the field. That sometimes not even talking about talent and skills, but maybe having enough resources and thinking that ha ke simula this kind of business because next signal bokana ke tlo kgona hela, and they forget to bring in the element of taking action and working hard. That we remember what we said, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. In this world, we are qualifying ourselves through hard work. That is what Tim Noke was talking about there. So I don't know what you have around that.
I think this takes me back to the previous conversation where you and Sean had. You were talking about. Okay, in this case, we are basically talking about developing relentless courage to actually take action, to actually reach your goal, to actually move out of your comfort zone to another point. This is why the quote of the day being hard work actually can beat your talent. Now, what intrigued me most about what you just said, you talked about resources. That's something that I never actually looked at it. I just looked at talent itself, But now when you take it to resources, it becomes very broad in a sense that it now takes me to comfortability. For example, I'll say, you know what, I'm comfortable in the fact that I'm listening to multitudes of people. So if I want to start something that deals with media, I will not work hard at it because in my mind I'm saying I have the audience. Why should I work hard? Well, someone will start the very thing that I've started and will excel just by working hard, just by pushing hard. So that just took me there. I never actually looked at it that way. Sean?
I'm a little late coming to the party this morning.
It's okay.
But I will catch up. Very insightful thoughts, Tato.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to the first one. Move from external to internal motivation and self-regulation.
Yeah.
Explain that for me. I don't get it.
Tato is on fire, if you have realized that.
Yes.
and I'm happy to see that, coming along. Move from external to internal motivation and self-regulations. I think most of the time we are waiting for something outside to happen until we can be able to put ourselves into action. Remember, some 2 weeks ago, I think we talked about, creating a sense of agency in your life, that most people say, hey, I want to lose weight. Can I join? Because they see they are overweight. When things are not going well, that's when they are saying, you know what, I want to take action. Please get me on board. But our similar business, there are so many people who learn babata o similar hobala. Haba bona motho a tshware buka. Nka me buka le nna ke ya go bala. So when we move from external motivation to internal motivation, and we are driven by things within us, saying, what can I start? What can I begin with? Because most of the time when we are waiting for other people to get us on board or to kickstart us, they may not come. they may not show up, and therefore we end up living our lives doing what other people are doing and not expressing ourselves.
Aha. You know where? Okay. I was just watching something before you two, the both of you came.
Yes.
I was watching. I was watching TV Jakes and a pastor called Stephen Frederick.
Yeah.
So he was talking about his book. So, and what happened? What he said about it. You know what? Most of the time, the reason why people don't excel in what they do is because they don't do what they're meant to do. They don't do what's in them.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know, that purpose. So when you say move from, you know, the external motivation and rather concentrate in you motivating yourself, I think the self-motivation just comes when you have now, you know, reached a point where you are now doing what you're supposed to do, when you're doing your core business, because everyone here has a business. Not business, but you get what I mean.
We definitely do understand, and I can't dispute that. You really definitely do have to move from a point of external motivation to a point where you are driven. I like looking back to one of the motivational videos the short videos that I like watching. It's just that I forget the title of this one, but in it they say you need to find something that has the power to move you to get up, you know, something that has the power. You need to do things that you are passionate about. Passion is the thing that will get you up in the morning at 3 a.m. Way before other people are up, and you'll be able to do what you need to do at 3 a.m. regardless of the time. Passion is the thing that will keep you in the office at 12 midnight when everybody is at home chilling and sleeping. Passion is the thing that will get you on the road at 1 o'clock to go and driving from Gaborone so that you can be in Francistown by 6 a.m. because you have a 7 o'clock seminar and you need an hour to get that thing ready. And those are the things that are only possible through passion. And when you tap into your passion, which is why a lot of times you will find someone say, find like one of the world's greatest talk show hosts, Oprah Winfrey. She says, find what you love doing and then figure out a way to make it pay you. Because once you find what you love doing, if your passion is in talking and you capitalize on your talking, if your passion is in looking good and you capitalize on your looking good, if your passion is in travel and you capitalize on maybe doing travel documentaries or shooting wildlife videos, you understand, you match your passion with your talent, with your ability, and then you gain a lot of success. If your passion is people and entertaining them, then you are destined for the world's stages, you're destined for the world's TV screens, you're destined for the world's online streaming facilities in the world of today. Because nowadays you have to think in what? Fourth Industrial Revolution, knowledge-based economy. You cannot continue to think in a time that is not futuristic. So when you focus on internal motivation, you do something that Mr. Makwana loves talking about, which is thought with intentional thought. You know, you have to have the thing that you want and really intend on achieving it, and then you can get somewhere. And that's where success and the tenets of it are built from, I think.
All right. Anything, Magana?
I wanted to say before we go that there is the value system that we create of what we really love. Like, I cannot go to Gaborone and motivate people to love their kids. If something is not close to you, you are not going to do it. True. And you don't need the motivation to do something that really means the world to you. And normally we leave what means the world to us to try to do what everyone is doing. And we get outbeaten because we are not in alignment, like you are saying, with the purpose we are given. That thing you are given the resources. Every time you see yourself, sponsorship, say it's not your field. You know, when it's your field, you figure it out for yourself. I think we'll talk about it where we say believe in your ability to figure things out in the long run.
All right. Before then let's go to develop a teachable mindset. Be hungry to learn and get better. Be hungry to learn and get better.
Our topic is today is develop the relentless courage to take action. Sometimes we don't take action because we are not sure that if I take action, what will happen. So that not being sure puts us in an uncomfortable space. We don't want to be in an uncomfortable space. I want to be sure how our business here, ya go rekisa namune o tlo dira 10,000 pula in 6 months. But how ha ke sure sometimes I'm how we recipe ha ke batla go take action. And now we get people now who are scared to start because they are not sure. Where do we create that element of not be sure? When we don't know. So now, when you want to take action, when you want to, map your thoughts with your day-to-day activities, you must be in a position where you are willing to learn. Develop a teachable spirit. Learn from those who came before you. Learn from those under you. Learn from those at your level. Develop that spirit to say, there is something I can learn from Tato. There is something that I can learn from Sean. When we approach each day like that, we are opening doors of learning, and life is nothing but learning. Every challenge, every hurdle we go through, it's about learning. So when we put ourselves in that space where today I want to learn something, you are always learning. So in order to take action and to be in a place of comfort, you need to move away from the place of comfort and be willing to learn as much as you can, and putting yourself in a position where now you understand how things work, because what's your mission? It's learning. You want to immerse yourself into knowledge that can take you to the next level.
All right, Sean?
Yeah, man. It's definitely very important to stay on top of your learning, because if you don't have a plan as to what your growth is going to look like, if you don't have a plan as to what the next step is going to be, and those are the things that are found from your learning, because it's all good and fine identifying and having your passion and having a thought and intent behind reaching your dreams and goals. But once you have that general picture, you now have to segment it into the tiny little steps that will build up to the ultimate success that you're trying to achieve. And for each and every one of us, it's going to be different. The road is going to look different. The challenges are going to be a bit more different, although there are similarities. But you have to understand that for me, because it is my plan, it is my story that I'm writing, things are supposed to be different, and you can't shy away from the fact that they are a bit different. And therefore, when they're different, that means the next person is going to have a bit of difficulty understanding it. Don't be shocked when they do. Rather, find the best way to continue to push your ideology, because like they say, before things like the internet and these mobile phones were created, no one ever thought that one day you'd be able to watch television on your phone or surf the internet or do the things that we are be able to do on our mobile devices. But somebody dreamt it, and somebody brought it into visualization and then realization. So you have to believe in your fact that you are a revolutionary, that you are a disruptor in this field that you're getting into, because sometimes it takes just wena udumela in your ability to be bigger than your current environment. I know a lot of times, Rona, especially mo Botswana, you hear people say, here that won't happen, or kana kwano le gale. We have this defeatist mentality, and I think it's something that's come from a long culture of not believing in ourselves as a people to achieve greater than we could. We always believed in the fact that there's this thing that, Botswana, we'll have a conversation about. We say, I wish they would make something that would do this. In the West, in Asia, when someone says, when you think, I wish there was something that did this, you start realizing that this means there is a hole in the market. There is an opportunity. But Rona, our mentality as Botswana is, I wish Haritsur ma China ba tla ira leng ke ma China ba sa re le so se sentseng yana, or ke ba sa ire so se sentseng yana.
Consumption mentality.
Failing to realize that we have literally identified a need that is not existing in the market. Therefore, if we muddle around and figure out and create a prototype, maybe take this prototype to the more expert Chinese to develop this prototype further, and then you bring it back. You own the intellectual property behind the design. The product is yours. Then you send it back to China, because they must produce cheaper than anywhere else in the world, and you ship it back to your home country, and then you export it to the rest of the world, and you make your monies. But because of the mentality that we have, we generally tend to be the reason why we block our own success and our growth patterns. So it's high time that we have to ensure that we develop the teachable mindset, because it comes from understanding that when it goes back to the quote that I like using: the depth of your perception must always transcend that which is seen by the ordinary mind. That simply means what you see right in front of you, you must always be looking for opportunity in everything that you do and everywhere that you go, because that mindset will allow you to chase your dreams. That mindset will allow you to continue to want to build, to create. Take a creative mindset instead of a consumeristic one, and a lot of our problems will fade away. The Minister Malobana Buaka, the reason to attack the import bill. You know, those and some of these things that we're importing, we still import teaspoons, guys. Teaspoon, something that is cut out from a sheet of metal, bent in a little metal die and press, and then it's ready to go. But there's none.
And I think, Chippy, in there, when we talk about developing a teachable spirit, we are not talking about a classroom setup spirit, kind of learning. Because most people think, I did not study this at school, and they want to let it go because it's not their field. Everything is your field. I think self-learning, the speaking and the doing that I'm doing, and people say, you travel the world, what did you study? Most people always want to trace it back to what I studied. And I did agricultural economics, nothing to do with speaking, nothing to do with transforming organizations. And when you get in a space of understanding, learning is not a classroom setup. That's the mindset that has killed so many dreams, because now you have this idea, and so we have to move away from that bubble and understanding that learning is a lifetime thing. And the moment we get in a position where we are taking action in that space of, I want to learn this on my own and figure it on my own, it becomes better. I used to pay a lot of money for graphic design. I learned how to do graphic designs. I learned how to start YouTube channel. I learned how to do channel arts. And the moment I do that, I see, if I can do this, what more have I been stopping myself? So it gives the courage now to do what? To take action. As you succeed in one area, it gives you that momentum to say, I can go on radio. I can start my own thing. So you cannot have that momentum to keep on doing until you learn on your own. Develop that spirit to learn on your own.
All right, let's go to believe in your ability to figure things out. Believe in your ability to figure things out.
Do you trust your ability to figure things out, Tato?
I actually do,
Yeah. And that's
the only thing that,
that is a very, very powerful mindset to have. I believe there's no situation I can't outthink. I promise.
What I've always believed in.
Yeah.
Every situation that's put before me, God already knows that I can actually figure it out.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's not there, mahala.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's there. Either I'm supposed to learn from it, or I'm supposed to, get the experience from it and, go and help somebody else.
Yeah.
But either way, I am supposed to figure it out.
There's a saying we love using as people, I'm going through hell.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going through hell. Guys, I'm going through hell.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of advice, guys. If you ever hear someone say I'm going through hell, tell them these two words: keep going.
Yeah.
Don't stop in hell.
Yeah.
Keep going. If you're going through hell, go through it.
Yeah.
You're in a very good space.
Yeah.
You're going through it. You're not stuck in hell.
Yeah.
There's some people that are stuck in hell that can't leave the hell that they have created.
Because they decided to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now choose the words. Words will build you. Words will change your ability to trap yourself, your ability to figure things out. This is where it comes from, the power of it all. If you are finding yourself in a challenging situation, there was one time when I think I was at a point in my life where I like thinking of it as absolute rock bottom. One of the things that saved me from that point was the understanding and the freeing thing, that the realization that, well, if it's rock bottom, that's as low as it goes.
Yeah.
It can't get any worse than this. So from here, the only way is up. So some of you today, this morning, you're connecting with us and you are at what you believe to be your rock bottom. And I promise you, this looks different from each and every one of us. So don't judge my rock bottom. If I feel I'm at rock bottom, then I must be at rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I must understand now that I'm at this bottom. The only way now
It's up.
is up.
Yeah.
So that is a very enlightening thing, because it said to me, now that I know where I am, now that I've assessed my situation, now that I've taken stock of what is, I need to now start building on what must become.
Yeah.
And then we have this thing where we say, have a vision, have an idea. And you don't need to know exactly how you're going to get to that point. But this big little light at the top there,
That silver lining.
is now that thing that you now start working towards. Say maybe in the initial stages, you think of it as, I'd like to be successful, I'd like to be financially independent, I would like to have time to do the things that I want to do. That's maybe just the starting point. Like, but it's not defined. It just says financial security. It says time.
True.
And then you start realizing, well, in all this, I also love talking, or I also love running, or I also, you understand?
Yeah.
And then you find your passion, and you connect this passion, and you start building yourself, and you get yourself to a point where you are now able to move from external to internal motivation and self-regulation, where you are now developing a teachable mindset, where you are definitely hungry every single time you see something you want to learn about it, where you have now built up your ability to every corner that you find yourself trapped in. You have the power and the mindset, and you've limited the fear, diminished the fear of figuring things out, because you actually believe in your ability to figure things out. And the most crucial thing is understanding that this journey is all about opening yourself up to the right associations and networks, and building the right team. Because I think one of the most successful things that you can be as a person, or as an individual, is think of yourself as a leader. In the world of today, you see a lot of leadership, and you think, well, if everybody's studying to be a leader, then who's going to follow? But even as a second in command, you are a leader. And therefore, with a leader mindset and understanding what a leader needs to do, you are able to say, Mr. Makwana is an exceptional orator, or Mr. Makwana is a brilliant writer, and there's this topic that I would like to write. And you go and you sit down and you discuss the points with him, and then you can put it together in a way that will highlight, at the end of the day, the product that you wanted the both of you to create. And rather than focusing on trying to take all of the credit for yourself and wanting to build something that won't have as much impact,
if you
come up with
other people,
you delegate the people that you've identified their strengths. Tato is a fashionista. She gets, she's got a good eye for detail, even in terms of interior design and decor. I know she's got.
And I think when...
No, I know she's got, which means I'm actually literally challenging her
now to step into that space.
To start walking into that space and capitalizing on it. Don't ask me how I know, but I know that you have a very, very good eye for interior decor and design.
Okay.
So think about that.
Okay.
So guys, we'll wait for her. She's been challenged.
Makwana, do you have something to say about that?
Believing in your ability to figure things out. And one of the things that I want to share, when you are going through what you are going through, a teaching series I did in 2017, Go Through Your Go-Throughs. And one of the things that I've realized was that, most people, they own up. Look at the passion. My problem is this. My issue is this. They are not able to detach the problem from the identity. And now we are not dealing with the problem, we're dealing with the person. Even when I come with solutions, you can't see them because already you are owning that. You are one thing with a problem. So one of the issues of believing to figure things out, don't take things personal when they go wrong. My mentor would say, when things go wrong, don't go with them. Don't attach your identity to challenges you are faced with, so that when other people come and talk to you, they are not talking to you, they are talking to a situation in your life. So you don't take it personal. It's not moto, it's the issue. Communication issue is the loyalty issue. So when we are able to sit down and have the massive self-awareness and say, well, I am going through this, and this is the issue that I am facing, not this is my problem. Some people talk passionately about that problem, and they keep seeing the same thing happening in their lives and asking themselves, why? Why not? Because you are owning that and you are speaking that into your life. So have an element of detachment from the issues you are faced with so that you can be able to seek for help, which is, I think, the last point we are going to talk about right now.
Aha. The last point being ask for help. If you feel stuck, don't nurse the ego. Do not nurse the ego. Just ask for help.
So many people, so many stuff. Let me talk about my personal life. I could have been so far if I could have killed the ego and get in a position where I tell the people, I don't know. Can you help me in this space? I am failing when it comes to this aspect of my life. Can you help me? Because there's a thin line between asking for help and the point we just talked about, figuring things out on your own. You don't know whether you should let go or you should keep trying. Whether you can hide this issue you are struggling with, or go to Tato and say, you know what, I have this issue that I'm dealing with. Can you please help me? And you can take 20,000 steps that you could have taken 10 years to take in a day if you just go to the person who has done what you are doing. The element of understanding brilliancy is in all of us. Angelo said, we are each like angel with one wing. And we can only fly by embracing each other. So there are people that God has put in your life that you have to go and say, look, you may think I have it all. It's very challenging when you are in a space where people look at you like you have it all, and to go down from there and say, I don't have it all. I'm actually suffering with my relationship. I have issues with my finances. I have issues with loyalty. I'm not able to stick to the person that I said I'm going to be with. And when we throw away the ego, we actually get things where people now, you are genuinely having it all. Because now you have transformed from I have it all in the mind wishy thing to really living a life of joy. And now you are able to help the people around you better now because you are actually healed. Most people are not healed, and they are going out there trying to change the world while the world is themselves. They should start changing themselves. And the moment they change themselves, they don't even to talk to anyone. Everyone else will change themselves because they are inspired by your true identity of finding healing and stepping in your zone.
You know what? The last bit of this point, Haure, don't nest your ego. I have this close friend. This close friend of mine. What I've learned from this person, he, at some point, he was, to me, to everyone, he was at the top of his league in his industry. Okay, but even still, while he was there, he would still go to other, should I say colleagues? Yeah, from his industry, and ask for help. But how do you do that? Because I was around that person, I asked myself, but this person he's amazing at what he does. He tops the league. Why now go back to these people? Yeah. Because clearly he's better than them.
And
okay.
No, keep going.
It took me to, you know what, because I've actually asked him this.
Yeah.
He said, the reason why I keep on being better is because of asking for help. There's no how I can better myself if I don't ask for help. Yeah. If I don't learn from these people. All the time I learn from them. I listen to them all the time, and I get a little bit of that. I get a little bit of this, and I fuse it with what I do, and I excel.
Powerful.
Sometimes it's just about you just, you know what, accepting the fact that you can't, it's actually accepting the fact that you can't make it on your own.
Yeah.
You actually need people to actually succeed.
You need to be at a point where you are open-minded enough to leverage your talents against the talents of others to make your ideas, your hopes, your dreams shine brighter than those around you. That's exactly the world that we're living in today. even corporations and companies and businesses are working in a relationship where you scratch my back, I scratch yours, type of thing. And we've understood that in a world where where we are bombarded by so much data, to convert it into understandable, actionable information takes a lot. And you can't do all these analyses by yourself. You can't excel at everything by yourself. You need to understand that this is my niche, this is my area, and therefore to be better, I need to continue to challenge myself. So when you go to other people to ask for self and you forget your ego, this is where you're putting yourself in a challenging position. Because obviously when you go to this person and ask for help, your mind will listen to what they say, and it will have thoughts and opinions of its own, and it will demand of this person to defend their idea and their perceptions and their story. And then you can get yourself to that level where you now say, now I am more, I'm more confident and I'm more powerful, and I have sought help, and I will be better and bigger for it. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Makwana, your last.
All right, my number is 74776196, 74776196. We wish you could go for an hour. But remember, you can listen to the whole episode that we had this morning from January. They're available on my YouTube, Mompoloki Makwana. You can listen on the go. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Thank you. It's 6 a.m. on to your station of choice. It's well. My name is Tato Zandileba. Do have yourself a blessed day. It's a Tuesday, man, 11th of February 2020. I'm leaving you with the news bulletin.
New definition of radio. Hakikoni wifwa